The first speaker is Councilwoman Deborah Reynolds.
Good evening, County Chair Ken Jenkins and county legislators. 6 years ago, this legislative body went out to bond for $9.7 million for the renovation of Memorial Field. The major changes Mayor Davis requested in 2012 destroys the original plans, turning Memorial Field into a community park. His request consists of 6 unofficial running lanes, a skateboard park, which is a huge liability, 9 tennis courts, leased and controlled by an outside entity who will generate the revenue for themselves. This is a gross misuse of the county's bonded funds. The comprehensive plan of Mount Vernon states Memorial Field is to be a competitive stadium. An overwhelming number of Mount Vernon residents, coaches, athletic directors throughout Westchester County advised and agreed with me that 8-lane track is needed to have a competitive stadium and the best plan for Memorial Field. Legislator Lyndon Williams is stating, why argue about 6 or 8 lanes when we have a pile of rocks sitting over there? This is an insult to over 1,200 registered voters who signed the petition and want an 8-lane track at Memorial Field. It has been allegedly stated that we can host Empire State games, summer games at Memorial Field on a 6-lane track, which is a high school game. As a former coach and national record holder in track, I know that an 8-lane track at Memorial Field can provide venues like the Junior Olympics, nationals, county competitions, and more. Official events that can generate maximum revenue and maintain the field so the burden does not have to be fallen on the backs of the taxpayers year after year. I carried a referendum that provided the registered voters of Mount Vernon the ability to weigh on what they want at Memorial Field. The proposition read, would you like to have an 8-lane competitive track at Memorial Field? I provided over 1,200 valid signatures to the City Council, the Law Department, and the Board of Elections. Board of Election Chair Reginald Lafayette told me he received a personal opinion from the Law Department of the City of Mount Vernon, which states, a referendum is not state law. Reginald Lafayette will not place the proposition on the November ballot. His doing this took away from the residents' right to vote for what they want in our community. In closing, I am asking this legislative body to continue to stand by the 8-lane competitive track that is included in the original plan for the residents of Mount Vernon who are not able to voice their opinions and have their voices heard. The county provided Mount Vernon $9.7 million to build a state-of-the-art facility, not a community park. My constituents and I hope you will continue to legislate on our behalf. I thank you for all your hard work, and I thank you very much for allowing me to speak to you this evening, and have a good night. Thank you.
Regina Riley.
Okay. We just in general, members of the audience, so we neither clap nor boo for the folks that are speaking. We try to give them our complete undivided attention. Thank you so much.
Thomas Keller.
Good evening, BOL. It's been a little more than a month since I was here. I was here the Tuesday after Labor Day, asking you to revisit what Deborah Reynolds has so eloquently described. I gave you a deadline of September 30th. Nothing's happened. I don't have a copy of the Mount Vernon Enquirer with me. That's the public relations arm of the mayor. It's Joe Parisi's paper, but it sets out in 2 pages what the mayor's doing. He's going against the offering circular, which states ABC, the original plan. He's doing XYZ, his own plan. So I'm asking you again, set a date, October 31st or some date, and revisit this and cut off the funds and reclaim the 3.4 that's already been advanced, and do not advance any more of the remaining 6.3 to get to 9.7. Now, I was trying to help Mr. Williams a month ago, but he's gone off in another direction with the mayor and the 4 city council people who originally were for this. They're acting like commissioners of the mayor instead of elected officials. Let's go back to 2007. He wouldn't even be elected if it wasn't for Clinton Young, his buddy. It was a huge turnout of 9,000 people. It was in the Democrat primary. Who turned it out? Clinton Young. And he won an open seat. He beat the Democrat city chair, Sarafa, and he had, Clinton Young had coattails. He was reelected in '09. In '11, he didn't have coattails to bring Clinton Young a reelection, so Clinton Young lost. Where's Clinton Young? He and Lyndon Williams own this. Don't you have any self-respect, Mr. Young, Mr. Williams? Fight for the original plan. Now, I'm asking you to do this. The county has frozen the funds. There are contractors coming to the county to get paid because the city doesn't have any more funds to pay them. Where's the $3.4 million gone? And if you don't do it, I'm going to urge the county administration to go into court and sue the city of Mount Vernon, specifically the mayor and the 4 city council people that have gone along with this. You know, philosophically, I don't even agree with legacy funds. But as long as New Rochelle's getting them, Yonkers is getting them, Yorktown, and other communities, Mount Vernon should get them. And I don't personally benefit from Memorial Field. I live in the extreme northeast like Mr. Williams, and we can use the Mount Vernon High School track during the day. Bronxville has lights. Eastchester has lights. My neighborhood has lights to walk or jog. So please adhere to the original plan. He's breaking the law, and the investors could sue the county because of his departure from the offering circular as to what they're going to do. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have no other cards.